तात विचार यह मथुरा, जगतारन कौ अवतार बनायो। जपयो जिन अर्जुन देव गुरु, फिर संकट जोन गर्भ न आयो। ज्ञान अंजन गुर दिया, अज्ञान अंधेर विनाश। हर कृपा ते संत भेटिया, नानक मन परगास। फिरत फिरत प्रभ आया, परिया तौ सरनाए। नानक की प्रभ बेनती, अपनी भगति लाए। जी जंत सब सरन तुम्हारी, सर्ब चिंत तुध पासे। जो तुध भावे सोई चंगा, इक नानक की अरदासे। कहा बुद्ध प्रभ तुच्छ हमारी, भर न सकै महिमा जो तिहारी। हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी, आप देहो तुम कथा सुधारी। मूक उच्चरे शास्त्र खट, पिंग गिरन चढ़ जाए। अंध लखै बदरो सुनै, जो काल कृपा कराए। अंध लखै बदरो सुनै, जो काल कृपा कराए।
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਸਲੋਕ। ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ ਮੁਖ ਸਾਚਾ ਸੋਇ, ਅਵਰ ਨ ਪੀਖੈ ਏਕਸ ਬਿਨ ਕੋਇ। ਨਾਨਕ ਇਹ ਲੱਛਣ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਹੋਇ। ਸਲੋਕ। ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ ਮੁਖ ਸਾਚਾ ਸੋਇ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਿਵਾਜੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਾਮ ਰੂਪੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਅਤਿਅੰਤ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਹਨ। So we're also blessed to join the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji to go through the Katha of the Bani of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji, जो सुख देने वाली बानी है, जो Sri Sukhmani Sahib Ji ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ, to come and listen to this Katha of our fifth Guru, the Bani that gives us sukh, that gives us true peace. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji in their own words tells us in this ਬਾਣੀ, ਜਾਂ Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿ ਸੁਣ ਹਰ ਕਥਾ ਉਤਾਰੀ ਮਹਿਲ, ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਾਮ ਰੂਪੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਨਮ ਜਨਮਾਂਤਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਪਾਪ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਿਵਰਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। All of our sins are taken away by listening to Guru Sahib Ji's ਕਥਾ। ਜੋ ਪਾਪਾ ਰੂਪੀ ਮਹਿਲ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਦੂਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਕੇ। By listening to Guru's Bani, all of our pains, all of our sins are taken away. That is the effect of Guru Sahib Ji's katha. Mahapanit pay Sukhasel. Mahapanit, that person becomes so pure, they Sukhasel, they gain so much happiness. Sukh pave Sukh Swarup, jo WhyGuru da Swarup hai, us di prapti, they gain that one WhyGuru ji. So also we have the Purab. Remember the Shahidi Purab of Tan Tan Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj Ji, Nove Pash, jo ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਵੀ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। We went for this last week of the Shahidi of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, the Guru Sahib Ji's Bani being a Bani of love, fills us with a lot of renouncement, to renounce the world, all the fake things of the world that will not stay, that is mithya, that is not going to stay for long, that will not stay forever. That avastha which Guru Sahib Ji speaks in that spiritual state is a state of Brahmgyani avastha. This katha de vich we're going to learn about the Brahmgyani, ke Brahmgyani de lachan, kere lachan han. What is the qualities, the characteristics of a Brahmgyani, the one who realizes WhyGuru Ji. And Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj Ji tells us in their Bani कि जो नर दुख में दुख नहीं माने, सुख स्नेह और पै नहीं कंचन सुख स्नेह और पै नहीं माने, कंचन माटी माने. Guru Sahib is saying to us that that person who doesn't see dukh in the midst of dukh, jo nar dukh mein dukh nahi mane, who may have so much pain around him, but inside them they have no dukh. Sukh sne aur pay nahi jaake. That whether they have sukh, sneho, or pay nahi jaake, they have no fear inside, they don't care about gold, kanchan, mati, mane, whether it's gold, whether it's iron, they see no difference. Guru Sahib tells us in this Bani that this is the lachan, these are the qualities of a Brahmgyani, the one who can see everything as one. They don't see no difference. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji in this Bani Sri Sukhmani Sahib, in this 8th Ashtapadi, they're going to speak to us about the Lachan, the qualities of a Brahmgyani. And then we're linking to the Jeevan of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj as well, if Guru Sahib's Kirpa. So Aram Karan to Pehla, before we start the Katha, let's focus our minds on the Charan of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj Ji. And Sadi Sangat Akho Satanam Sri WhyGuru Sahib Ji.
Salok Man Sacha Mukh Sacha Soe.
So Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji bachan ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚੇ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵਸਦਾ ਹੈ. Inside that person's mind, ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਅੰਤਿਸ਼ਕਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ, within the mind, within the buddhi, within the intellect, within the chit, within our memory store, within everything inside us, ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, inside our heart, in which Vaheguru Ji's name resides, ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ, ਸੱਚੇ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵਸਦਾ ਹੈ. ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ, ਮੁਖ ਸਾਚਾ, ਫਿਰ ਮੁਖ ਵਿੱਚ, ਮੂੰਹ ਵਿੱਚ. Mouh, which means in the mouth, on the tongue, rasana utte, on that tongue in which Vaheguru Ji's name resides, Hanji.
Avarna pekha ek se bin koi.
So the one who has God's name inside their mind, on top of their tongue, and then also they say Avarna pekhe ek se bin koi. Pave Hari Parameshwar Vaheguru Ji to bagair, besides Vaheguru Ji, only Vaheguru Ji that they see inside them. Avarna pekhe, wherever they look in the world, they only see Vaheguru. Ek se bin koi. Keval Prabhu Parameshwar Vaheguru Ji dekhde han. They only see Vaheguru Ji, nothing else. So again, inside them there's only Vaheguru Ji. On their tongue is Vaheguru Ji. And wherever they look, they only see Vaheguru Ji. Brahm disai, Brahm suniye. Ek vakhaniye. Guru Sahib Ji saying to us, Brahm disai, all they see is Vaheguru. Brahm suniye. All they hear is Vaheguru. Ek vakhaniye. When they speak, when they do bachan balas, all they do is speak about Vaheguru Ji. So Guru Maharaj Ji the keh rahe hain ki that person inside their mind, on their tongue, or wherever they look, they only see Vaheguru Ji. Ahanji.
Nanak eh lachan Brahm Gyani hoye.
Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji kathan karde han ki eh Brahm Gyani de lachan han. These are the qualities of the Brahm Gyani. These are the qualities, the characteristics of somebody who has met Vaheguru Ji. The inside them is only Rab, outside is only Rab, there is no difference. There is only one for them. Guru Arjan Dev Ji tells us in this sloka, the Agge Guru Sahib Ji in the Ashtapadi talks more about the Lachan of the Brahmgyani. Hanji.
Ashtapadi Brahmgyani Sada Nirlep.
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji starts by saying Brahmgyani Sada. So Brahmgyani Hamesha eo Papa Punato Nisang hai. That Brahmgyani is a Nisang. That means to be detached from Pap ate Pun. They have no Pap, they have no Pun. They don't get involved in Pap or Pun. They are Nirlep, they are detached from these two things. Nirlep, Asang means the same thing, to be detached. That the Brahmgyani, the one who knows Vaheguru Ji, they see no difference between the two. Hanji.
Jaise jal meh kamal alep.
So Guru Sahib Ji gives an example and they give us this analogy. Drishtanta dinde han jaise jal meh kamal alep. Jaise means jive, kaval full. Kam jaise jal meh pave, jaise jal vich, jive jal de vich, kaval full nirlep rehanda hai. Just like the lotus flower remains attached in the water. They say that's the same way as the Brahmgyani is attached from this world. So what is a kaval full? It's a lotus flower in English. A lotus flower sits on top of the water, but it doesn't drown in the water. It may be in the chikkar, it may be in the dirty water, in like a muddy pond. But still is detached from all the mel, all the mitti, all the dirt. It is separate, and that's just like the Brahmgyani. They live in the world where there's pap and pun everywhere, where there's good and bad actions happening. The people that do good actions are doing it for some sort of desire. They have a desire why they do good actions. But for Sikh, of course, you have to do change karam, but nishkam karam. Nishkam means without no desire. That is the best type of action to do where there's no desire. So, Pap ate Punna, to be separate from them, said that's the Brahmgyani, like the kaval full, the lotus flower which is separate from the dirty water. It sits on top of the water, it does not drown in the water, and it always faces the Suraj. And for the Brahmgyani, they always face WhyGuru. They always face Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji. And Guru Sahib Ji gives this another example that's in Gurbani. The word kamal comes up many times in Gurbani. The Guru Sahib Ji says us, Jaise jal mein kamal niralama. Murgai ne sane. They say just like the lotus flower, jaise jal mein kamal niralama, again the same arth as here, just like how the lotus flower is in the lip from the pani, Murgai ne sane. Sane the arth hai jive, ne the arth hai nadi, and Murgai is a type of bird. Bird a duck. Just like how the duck sits in the river and floats on the river, but their feathers do not get wet. So it's not being affected by the water. And they're saying in the same way, ke surat sabad, pavasagar tariye, nanak naam vakhane. Isi tarah jo sadi surati hai, our surati, our consciousness needs to be joined to the Guru's Bani. Satguru ji di Bani na jodni hai to join to Guru Sahib ji's Shabad to their Bani. And then they say ke pavasagar tariye, fir us jeev is pavasagar to tar janda hai. They cross over this ocean in the same way. So just like how the lotus flower is separate from the water, the Brahmgyani is separate from this world, and the Sikh, what do we need to do? Is to separate ourselves from this world and focus our mind on the Guru's Shabad. That is what we need to do, the Guru is saying to us. Become detached from the world and become attached to Guru Maharaji Shabad Hanji.
Brahmgyani sada nirdokh.
Hey Guru Sahib ji keh rahe ne ke jira Brahmgyani hai, eo that Brahmgyani hamesha eo nirdosh, dosh to rahta hai. Dosh to rahta means dosha to rahat. Dosh means the same thing. It means the idea of blame. To blame other people. To commit sin. To do bad actions. They said the Brahmgyani has no blame, meaning that in life you meet many people and their name could be tainted. Somebody could say something about somebody and then they lose all their honor. Is lok de vich, fir par lok de vich, they lose everything. Because they make a mistake. But Guru Sahib is saying that Brahmgyani is dosha to rahat. They make no mistakes. They have no dog. Just like Sant Gyani Guru Bachan Singh Ji, Mahapurush, even them, they said in their whole life they had no blemish. They had no stain upon them. From such a young age, when they left their siddhi, they lived such a life of such a high taram, a high way of living, the rahat of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji, that they never had any dosh upon them. Nobody could blame anything, nobody could say anything about them, because they lived the full Maryada of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Maryada means the way, the living of the Guru. So Guru Sahib said that Brahmgyani, no one can point a finger at them. That they are so nirmal, they are so pure, and all their actions are pure as well, Hanji.
Jaise sur sarb kau sok.
And again they talk about the Suraj. Jive Suraj apni kirna de naal, just like the Suraj with the kirna means the rays of the Suraj, those kirna fall upon the tarti. When they fall onto this earth, those kirna, what does it do? When there's a puddle, when there's pani, whatever it is, it dries it up. And in the same way, inside us, we may have many, many sins. When we have darshan, when we do sangat of a Brahmgyani, the jere sade paap han saasang, jo sade nash ho jande ne, they all get destroyed and they all dry up. Sukha din dene saasang ji, sukha basically like when something is dehydrated, when something evaporates with the sun, because of its rays, because of the heat of the sun, that puddle of water will just evaporate. And the same way Guru Arjan Dev Ji is saying that just like when the Brahmgyani comes into this world by doing their sangat, they come and they take away all of our sins as well, Hanji.
Brahmgyani ka drishta saman.
Dwara paro ji.
Brahmgyani ka drishta saman.
Drishta saman. So Guru Sahib is saying that Brahmgyani, their drishti, their nazar, wherever they look, they only look with one type of eye. They don't have a difference. Pave some drishti na dekhde han, they only see with one vision, mean they see everybody as the same. When we look at people, we see a papi, we see a punni, we see a sinner, and we see a good person. We see gold, we see iron, we see rich, we see poor, we see garibi, and then we see someone that is a mead, that has a lot of money. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji said that the Brahmgyani only sees one. They don't see no difference. They don't care about how rich or poor somebody is. Like today, many times you may hear about certain people who call themselves Babbe or Sant Mahapurush, but they're not. And when you go to them, just ask for money. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj said that a true Brahmgyani doesn't care if you're rich or poor. They don't care how you look. They don't care if you have nice clothes, if you don't have nice clothes. Guru Sahib said that Brahmgyani is the one that looks at everybody with the same glance of grace, Hanji.
Jaise raj rang kau lage tul pavan.
And Guru Sahib again gives another example. They say, Jaise pave jive raje te gariba, whether it's a rich person or a poor person. ਸੋ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਰਾਜੇ ਤੇ ਗਰੀਬ ਨੂੰ ਹਵਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਮਾਨ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੈ, just like how the hava, the wind, is equal to the poor person, the rich person. You don't see the hava saying that, oh, this person is poor, I'm not going to give them any air. Hava means air. You wouldn't hear the air saying that I'm not going to give my wind, I'm not going to push this wind onto a poor person, I'm going to give to the rich person. It's equal. In the same way, the Brahmgyani, the Guru, WhyGuru Ji, same thing, there is no difference, as we'll see later on. They are very equal in the way they see everybody. They don't see a difference. Just like how the air doesn't discriminate, neither does the Brahmgyani. Hanji.
Brahmgyani keh dheeraj ek.
So Tiraj has many meanings. One is to be very patient or to be very steadfast. So they're saying that jira Brahmgyani hai, they have a lot of Tiraj. They one of the mind sathir hai, their mind is very still. It doesn't waver here and there. Pave Sasanga Ji, somebody speaks good about them. जो is their ustit ja nindya kare, they see no difference. Bura kahe, ja pala kahe, they don't care. Just like in Gurbani, Marji tells us, Ab hum chali thakur pehar, jab hum chali sarn prabhu, jab hum sarn prabhu ki ai, raag prabhu pave mar. So that now I've come into the Guru's charan, the Guru's sharan, ab hum chali thakur pehar. Now I've come into Guru Sahib's embrace, I've come into their sharan. They said, jab hum sarn prabhu ki ai, now I've come into the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, into their sharan, raag prabhu pave mar. It's up to WhyGuru Ji. They can kill me or they can keep me alive. Now I'm in the Guru sharan. Rahao. Lokan ki chaturai upma, tebe santar jar. They say the people of the world, Lokan ki chaturai, they're very clever, the people of the world. And they like to praise me, upma. But the Sikh is saying, the Jigyasu, the one who's searching for WhyGuru Ji, Guru Sahib Ji said this in Gurbani, ke tebe santar jar, I've burnt all the praises of the world. I don't care if somebody praises me or if somebody slanders me. Tebe santar jar. Then they say ke koi pala kaho. Somebody can speak good of me. Pave bura kaho. Ja they can speak bad of me. But they say ham diyo hai tan tar. That I have given my sareer to WhyGuru Ji. I have sacrificed. Tar he means peta. They've sacrificed everything to WhyGuru Ji. So it doesn't matter if somebody says anything good about them or bad about them. They don't care. There's no difference to them. And the Guru here is saying that the Brahmgyani has tiraj. They have such steadfastness inside them. Their mind is so still that somebody can praise them and they don't care, or somebody can slander them and they don't feel any difference. Ustit nindya nahe jehe kanchan loho samana koho nanak sunare mana mukt tahe te jan. Guru Tegh Bahadur says this as well. The one who sees slander and praise is the same, that person is mukta. Hanji.
Jo basudha ko khoda ko chandan lep.
So Basudha. So sometimes we read as Basudha, but Basudha, Guru Sahib Ji here is talking about the Tarti, Jo Basudha. So we have this Tarti, this earth that we live on. So Jo Basudha ko chandan ko dwara paro ji.
Jo basudha ko khoda ko chandan lep.
Ko khode means putana. If somebody was to come and dig up this Tarti, they're causing pain to the earth. They're putting a spade into the earth and they're digging it up. So Guru Sahib says somebody could be doing that where they're lifting, they're taking all the mitti out, making a hole in the ground. Or chandan lep. Chandan here means, chandan is a type of paste, a sandalwood, and they could be wiping the whole floor with chandan. So they could be doing seva of the tarti. So one person is doing bad actions, another person is doing good actions. But jiri tarti hai Sahib Singh Ji, oh kuch nahi kendi hai. The tarti doesn't say anything. The person is doing good actions. One person is digging the earth up, causing pain to the earth. The other person is serving the earth by putting sandalwood paste on the earth. But the tarti stays quiet, the earth stays quiet. Just like the Brahmgyani, the saint, the one who's one with WhyGuru Ji, somebody could be slandering them, but they don't get sad. They don't give them a curse. On the other side, somebody could be praising them and they don't get happy and they don't give them a gift. They don't see no difference. Again, Guru Arjan Dev Ji is saying, such a high spiritual level to be at, where they're not fazed by anything. Nothing is fazed and nothing has affected them. That is a lachan of the Brahmgyani. Hanji.
Brahmgyani ka yah gunav.
So Guru Sahib says, this is the gun of the Brahmgyani. Brahmgyani da gun hai. Hanji.
Nanak jo pavak ka sahaj sabhao.
This is the gun of the Brahmgyani. Guru Arjan Dev Ji is saying, कि गुरु अर्जन देव जी में कथन करते हैं जो पावक का सहज स्वभाव जेवे अग्नि दा सोते सिद्ध स्वभाव है. They say that jo pav means the agni, this fire has such a normal nature, such a natural nature to it. The fire, what does it do? It does two things when we go very close to it. The first thing it does, it takes away the haneda, takes away darkness. So if somebody goes next to the fire, it's going to take away any darkness around that person if it's a dark room. And the second thing it does, it takes away the thand. The wind, the cold is taken away by the agni. In the same way, when someone goes to the Brahmgyani, when somebody goes to the saint, when they come to Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, this agyanata that we have, this ignorance, that is a form of darkness as well. That is taken away by coming to the Brahmgyani, and that thand, that cold inside us, the pap that we have, they're all taken away just by doing sangat of the Brahmgyani. Hanji.
Brahmgyani nirmal te nirmala.
So Guru Sahib Ji says that jira Brahmgyani hai, they are so pavitr. Sab to pavitr hai, they're the pure to the pure. Ujjal to vi ujjal hai. They are so pure, the Brahmgyani. Meaning that somebody could come and do sangat of them and they'll become ujjal as well. They'll become pure. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜੈਸੇ ਮੈਲ ਨਾ ਲਾਗੈ ਜਲਾ
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਗੰਦਗੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ They say just like if you had pani and you put some dirt on it, the water doesn't become dirty if you put dirt on it. The water keeps on flowing and that water becomes pure. No dirt can stick to the water. And they say in the same way, the Brahmgyani is pure and they're nirmal. Ujjal to vi ujjal hai, that they cannot become stained. We can become stained because we know vijja avastha. So if we go into ko sangat, mari sangat vich, jasi javange saad sangat ji, then we'll become mela and then we'll have this dog on us. Just like our Bhagat Kabir ji says ke dur hai jaiye pag, sakat sang na kijiye, Bhagat ji keh rahe hain. Don't do sangat of those who are filled with sin, those who are so cynical that by doing this sangat will be filled with pap as well. They say run away from them. Dur hai jaiye pag. Pag means dor ke. They say leg it. Why? In our language, just get out of that place, right? And in the same way, Guru Maharaj is saying to us, okay, we should stay away, but the Brahmgyani doesn't need to stay away. They have such an effect that they can change their lives. Even just having their darshan. Just by seeing a Brahmgyani, somebody's life can change completely. Just by seeing them, that is the effect of a Brahmgyani, Hanji.
Brahmgyani ka nahi abman.
And they say that Brahmgyani de vich koi hankar nahi hai. They have no hankar. ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ. We have so much hankar, we have so much pride. But when a Brahmgyani speaks, they speak with no pride. There's no ego in them. They have no alternative motive inside them or an agenda. The only reason they are here is to do paropakar, to help other people. There is no ego inside them. There is only WhyGuru. Hanji.
Brahmgyani uuch te ucha.
ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ the Brahmgyani ਉੱਚ ਤੇ ਉੱਚਾ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਸ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਟ ਹੈ. They are higher than the highest. They're the greatest. ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਤਮ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬ੍ਰਹਮਗਿਆਨੀ ਹੈ. ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਮਨ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਤੇ ਨੀਚਾ.
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, why are they the highest of the high? Because ਮਨ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੈ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਤੇ ਨੀਚਾ. They see themselves as the lowest of the low. ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਨੀਵਾ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਨ. They see themselves as the lowest of the low. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji tells us, ਆਪਸ ਕੋ ਜੋ ਜਾਣੇ ਨੀਚਾ ਸੋ ਗਣੀਏ ਸਭ ਤੇ ਉੱਚਾ. The one who sees himself as the lowest of the low, आपस को जो जाने नीचा, सो गणिये सब ते ऊंचा. If you see yourself as the lowest of the low, Guru Arjan Dev Ji is saying, then you're the highest of the high. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji is telling us this in this Shabad, that they are the highest of the high who see themselves as the lowest of the low. It's crazy, right? The way we think about it, that Guru Sahib Ji came on this earth and they made everything the opposite. That in the world we're told that you have to do this to be Suresh, to be great, but the Guru is saying do the complete opposite. I remember once I went to a talk and there was kids there, and there's just one kid and she wasn't really into Sikhi. She was kind of more towards other faiths. And I was saying in that talk that when we see the Guru, we fall in the Guru's feet, we bow to the Guru's feet, and her face just dropped like, that's disgusting. Right? The way her face was. But what she didn't realize, or what many of us don't realize, that is the most blessed thing we could do, to fall in the Guru's feet. Because they would think in their mind that, why would you do that for? It's feet. But it's a form of nimarta, humility. Just like here, we do Jordan di seva. We're going to save the Sad Sangh's Charan, but that is the greatest type. And that's why Guru Sahib Ji came and they flipped everything on its head. Ulati Ganga Vahayon. Just like how the rivers travel in one direction, Ganga travels in one direction, the Guru came and made everything travel in the other direction. That we think the head is the greatest part in the body, but the Guru says, no, take that head and put in someone else's feet. Take upon the gun of Nimrata. Hanji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਸੇ ਜਨ ਭਈ
Hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਜਿਨ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਆਪ ਕਰੇ।
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji here is talking about this concept of who is a Brahmgyani. Brahmgyani kaun hai? How do you recognize a Brahmgyani? How do you know who a Brahmgyani is? Hanji dwara paro ji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਸੇ ਜਨ ਭਈ
So how do you know who a Brahmgyani is? Hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਜਿਨ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਆਪ ਕਰੇ।
You'll only know if you see all these lachan and that one becomes a Brahmgyani if WhyGuru Ji does kirpa. WhyGuru Ji the kirpa de naal they get the blessings of becoming a Brahmgyani ਜਦੋਂ WhyGuru Ji aap kirpa ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ. Without those blessings, that person cannot become a Brahmgyani. And then but it's only through WhyGuru Ji's kirpa they can become a Brahmgyani, or if another Brahmgyani blesses them with that dot of Brahmgyan. So Sant Baba Karam Singh Ji, a Mahapurush, they were known as like the Brahmgyani creator. So within Mahapurush's pind or in their jatha, they said they'd have 100 Brahmgyanis that would be doing Sangat with them. So it'd be so hard to find one Brahmgyani, one who fits all this criteria that Siddhi Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is talking about. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji there's such Sikhs that have come on this earth like Sant Baba Karam Singh Ji, Hoti Mardan Wale, Mahapurush, that they've had 100 Brahmgyanis in their Sangat. So such Gurmukh, such saints are so hard to find. And Guru Sahib is saying, Brahmgyani se jana pai, that they become a Brahmgyani when WhyGuru Ji does kirpa themselves. Without Guru Sahib's kirpa, that cannot happen. Nobody can become a Brahmgyani, meaning we cannot do it ourselves. We have no strength to do it ourselves. It's only through the Guru's kirpa. When somebody surrenders to the Guru, fir Brahmgyani daat prapat ho jandi hai. Hanji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਸਗਲ ਕੀ ਚੀਰੀਨਾ।
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji talks about the Brahmgyani Sagal Kiri, na ke Brahmgyani Sarya di Charan Tur hunda hai. That they are the Charan Tur of everybody. Charan Tur means that they're dust of the feet of everybody. They want the Charan Turi of all the Sangat. Pave Nimrata ni Nishani. They have the Nishani, the sign of Nimrata inside them. That they want the dust of the feet of all the saints of the Sad Sangat. Hanji.
ਆਤਮ ਰਸ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਚੀਨਾ।
Kyunki Sad Sangat Ji, they say that Brahmgyani, they have experienced this Atmaras. Atmaras means Atma de Ananda. That Brahmgyani has experienced that Osnu Janana Kita Sasni. They've understood that one WhyGuru Ji, that Atma is Paramatma. The soul is the supreme soul. They've realized that. So inside this body is the Atma. Inside every body here is the Atma. The Atma, Paramatma, ki fark hai. What is the difference? The difference is like a drop and the ocean. Where the drop, WhyGuru Ji is the ocean. WhyGuru Ji is a samundar and we're just a little drop. We are nothing in comparison. Meaning, but the Brahmgyani becomes one with the ocean. So, jere sade bachan han, they have no takat, they have no effect. But the Brahmgyani's bachan has an effect because we are like the drop. If you took a drop and you chucked it at someone, what's it gonna do? Koshni, nothing. But if you took the ocean and you chucked it at somebody, of course you need a lot of strength to do that, but that ocean will cause so much damage. Meaning the Brahmgyani has become one with the ocean, so they have an effect, like the ocean has an effect. But the drop doesn't have much an effect. So until we become one with the ocean, we don't have much takat. But we have to become one with that, then that person gains all the takat. But there isn't a person, there's only Rabb, there's only Prabhu Parameshwar, WhyGuru Ji, Hanji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਕੀ ਸਭ ਊਪਰ ਮਿਆ।
So Guru Sahib Ji is saying to us that jehda Brahmgyani hai, sab upar maya. Sarya utte kirpa drishti karde han. They put their kirpa drishti upon everyone. They look at everybody with a glance of grace. Again, as we said earlier, Jo Basda, just like how the earth may be treated negatively by the people of the world, even the Brahmgyani, somebody can come to in India, but they still do kirpa upon that person. Sab upar maya. Sarya utte kirpa karde han. Kirpa drishti peh jandi hai. Sarya utte hanji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਤੇ ਕਛ ਬੁਰਾ ਨ ਪਿਆ।
Te Brahmgyani di sangat karke, by doing sangat of a Brahmgyani, kach bura na paya. Nothing bad happens. Kuch bhi bura nahi honda, nothing bad happens. You know, sometimes people say that, you shouldn't go to this saint. But if you meet a true saint, then the Guru says nothing bad can happen to you, because a Brahmgyani only wants everybody's pala. Everybody's good. They don't want bad for anyone. They've come to help people. Parapakar karan vaste aayas dunya vich. They've only come to do good actions. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji saying that Brahmgyani te kach bura na paya. there is not even a single bad bone inside them. There is no hankar, na hi abhaman. Jasi pehla sarvan kita, they have no hankar, they have no pride, they've only come to do good for everyone, Hanji.
Brahm Gyani Sada Samadarsi.
Sada samadarsi, samdrishti. Hamesha hi samdrishti de naal vekhte han. They only see with one type of glance of grace. They see no difference, they only see one, Hanji.
Brahm Gyani Ki Drist Amrit Barsi.
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is saying to us ke again, jira Brahm Gyani hai ki drisht amrit barsi, je on di kripa drishti hai Sahib Sangat Ji, it falls upon everybody. They say ki drisht amrit barsi, their kripa, their glance is the glance of grace. Amrit barsi, amrit roop. And that amrit drish that falls upon us, it makes us amar as well, it makes us immortal as well, just by doing their sangat as well. So Sahib Sangat Ji, Guru Maharaj Ji, ਪਹਿਲਾ ਵੀ ਬਚਨ ਕੀਤੇ ਸਨ. They spoke earlier in this Bani ਕਿ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਤੇ ਨਿਰਮਲਾ, ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ they so pure, ਜੈਸੇ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਲਾਗੇ ਜਲਾ. Then they say ਕਿ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਹੋਏ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ. I think we missed this line. they ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਮਨ ਹੋਏ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ, ਕਿ when the Brahm Gyani's mind, they have this prakash, they have this gyan inside them. Gyan ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ. They have realized WhyGuru Ji. And then Guru Sahib says that through that Gyan Prakash, through that light inside them, they're able to light everybody else inside them, able to light that Gyan inside them as well. By doing their Sangat, it's like we cannot see that light, but by doing their Sangat, we can see that WhyGuru Ji resides in us as well. Then Guru Maharaj Ji says, ke jaise tar upar akas, Brahm Gyani, ke jaise tar upar akas. They say, just like how in this world, tarti vecha, tarti utte there's akash. In this earth, there's space everywhere. There's air everywhere. And even underneath this earth, there's space. There's air. Meaning the Brahm Gyani sees WhyGuru Ji everywhere. They see in everybody. Then they say, Brahm Gyani ke mitra sattara saman. They see no difference between a mitra and a sattar. Pave, mitra he means friend, sattar means dushman, saman. They see no difference again. And even if somebody comes to them and tries to cause virod, tries to cause enmity with them, they don't see no difference, is what Guru Arjan Dev Ji is saying to us. Just like Baba Ram Kaur Ji, who was from the ansbans of Baba Buddha Ji, who was a Sikh of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji, they say that Baba Ram Kaur Ji was sitting Pagdi all day. What happened one day was at the Fauj, just I think it was of Lahore, they came to Ramdas Sarovar, or at that time Amritsar Sahib, then it's called Ramsar Sahib, te Ramdaspur ose vele. So now it's called Amritsar Sahib, before it's called Ramdaspur. It's named after Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj Ji, the fourth Guru. Te Baba Ram Kaur Ji was sitting Bhagati, and they didn't realize that this Fauj came to their house and they took everything. Sab kuch lut ke saas, they stole everything from Baba Ram Kaur Ji. The Subedar, the main general of the army, he heard about this and he knew that this Baba Ram Kaur Ji was a great Mahapurush, he was a great Brahm Gyani. So what did he do? He went back to go and see Baba Ram Kaur Ji, and he asked for maafi. Okay, that my Fauj came and they stole all your vartan, all your pande, Goanu chori karke, they stole their cows, they stole their money, sab kuch lut ke, they took everything. So they came and asked for maafi. So when Baba Ram Kaur Ji opened their eyes, they asked for forgiveness, and Baba Ji said, what's been taken? They said, what has been taken at this time? And then they looked in front of them and they realized that this item that used to be there has disappeared. And they go, oh, you must have just taken that one item. But the Subedar, the general, thought to himself that my men took everything, but they have no attachment. All they can see is what was in front of them that they can't see anymore. So they said to Baba Ji, I'll return everything. And when they were going to return everything to Baba Ji, they said, Baba Ram Kaur Ji, they say, what about all those people in Lahore that you stole from as well? Are you going to return their stuff as well? Bhave Sahib Sangat Ji, they have no enmity to anyone, the Brahm Gyani, the one who's become one with WhyGuru Ji, Mitra Sattara Saman. If somebody comes to them and tries to do good, it's not going to please them. If that was me, I'll be like, yeah, please give them my stuff back. Right? But Baba Ji didn't care about their own stuff, but they thought, what about all those other people that you stole them from? So Mitra Sattara Saman. Brahm Gyani ke nahi abhiman. They have no hankar inside them. They have no ego. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is telling us. So Agge Guru Sahib Ji tells us ke Brahm Gyani ki drishta amrit barsi, ke ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਰਾਹੀ, through their ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ, that many people are saved and they look upon everybody with their glance of grace. So even if we do Sad Sangati Seva, you never know who you're serving. So many times when we come to the Gurdwara Sahib, we just think we're serving normal people. We don't know who is sitting there. And by doing Sangat of the Sad Sangat, when the Sad Sangat sits the Brahmgyanis, they ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਕੇ then on us that kirpa drishti might fall as well, that glance of grace. And if that glance of grace falls upon us, then all of our pains will be taken away. Hanji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਬੰਧਨ ਤੇ ਮੁਕਤਾ
The Guru Arjan Dev Ji saying to us that Brahmgyani, that one who's realized WhyGuru, bandhan te mukta, sansarik bandhana to रहता है. They are completely detached from the shackles of the world. That we put ourselves in so many different bandhan, in so many different types of shackles in our life. We always add more and more shackles to ourselves. But Guru is saying bandhan te mukta. Bandhan again means bandhana. Whoever's going to tie us down, shackles, te mukta. Mukta means to be released from them. They're not detached, they're not attached to anything, they're not being held down by anything. They're completely mukt, aap mukta, mukt kare sansar. They are free themselves and they free us as well by doing their sangat. Hanji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਕੀ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਜੁਗਤਾ
The Guru Arjan Dev Ji says ke Brahmgyani di nirmal jogata ujjal maryada hai. Ujjal maryada hundi hai. They have this pure way of living. Their way of living is very different to the way that we live our lives. If you just read the jeevanies of great saints, they wake up every morning. Har roj amrit vele jaag ke, they do ishnan, they read their bani every single day, no matter what happens the day before. If we have a late night, we give ourselves a shutti. Tika, next tomorrow, I don't need to do amrit vele last day, they wake till late. I'll just give it a break today. Maharaj, you understand. But the Brahmgyanis have such a pure way of living that they want to wake up in the morning. They don't want to stay asleep. They can't even stay asleep. Their body automatically wakes up and they want to do Amrita Vela. So when Guru Sahib saying ki Nirmala Jugata, ona di Maryada, it's very, very pure. Maryada means the way they live their life. Or Maryada, Mar means Marna, Yad means Yad Karna. To remember that they are going to die one day. So that is what it means to have a Maryada. The way of living is that we realize that ek din main bhi jana, I'm going to go as well. I'm going to leave this world. Maryada. That's the way of living our lives. Live such a life and such a discipline that it reminds you every day that I'm going to go as well. Jo aaya so chalasi sab koi aayi wari hai. Whoever comes has got to go. So that's what the Guru has given us, is saying live this routine every single day and it reminds you that you're going to leave one day as well. So don't become so attached to these things. Become attached to that thing that's going to go with you. Guru Sahib Ji keeps reminding us, Satguru Ji Maharaj Ji Samat Bakshan, bless us with this Shreshth Mat, this true way, this true intellect to understand that we're all going to go and this is all just a play. But for some reason this play seems so real and we become so attached to it. But the Guru is saying it's all just a dream. It's a supana. It's all just a dream. And one day we're going to wake up and realize that it was all false. Jagarachana sabachuta hai. It was all false. Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Tegh Bahai Ji tells us. That's why Guru Maharaj Ji was not attached to his body. If you don't know this, our ninth Guru Tegh Bahai Ji Sache Paatshah Ji gave Shahidi. They sacrificed their own life for a different dharam. When do we ever see this? We have many great avatars that come on this earth, whether that be Ram Chandra Ji, Krishna Bhagavan, all these different avatars, but they've done pala for their own people, for their own dharam. But Guru Tegh Bahai Ji Maharaj Ji did pala for a different dharam, for different religion, for different faith, because in their eyes there's so no difference. Brahmgyani, again, Guru Sahib Ji kept talking about in this Shabad about some drishti. There's so no difference. And the Guru is telling us how we should live our life as well, that we shouldn't see a difference between somebody, whether they're from a different faith or our faith, just like the Guru, just like in Guru Ka Langar, anybody can come. A Muslim can come, a Christian can come, a white person, a black person. Doesn't matter who the person is, anybody can come be served by the Guru. The Guru has led by example and taught us how to live our lives, to see everybody with the same drishti, some drishti. No difference. And this is their Nirmal Jugata. This is their Ujjal Rahat. Ujjal Maryada. Hanji.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਕਾ ਭੋਜਨ ਗਿਆਨ
And what is their bhojan? On their khana. What do they eat? We'll eat food to keep us, sustain us, right? If you don't have food, we get hungry, we feel tired, we feel weak, and then we lose all our strength, and then we end up passing away. But the Brahmgyani ka bhojan gyan, Prabhu da gyan, that is their bhojan. Their food is the gyan of WhyGuru Ji, knowing WhyGuru Ji, connecting to WhyGuru Ji, jodna, Hari Parameshwar Vajna jodna, to join to WhyGuru Ji, Simran karna, seva karni. This is their bhojan, this is their ahar. Alapahar, Sulabh si nindra, Daya Shimatan Preet. The Sikh, the Brahmgyani, they only eat a small amount of food. This Pandit Gulab Singh Ji, who was a Nirmal Mahapurush, they talk about in their Granth, they start to say that Brahma, Japad Brahma, WhyGuru Ji, they made one mistake. They made a mistake when they created this whole Srishti, this whole dunya. They made this one mistake. They put a pet, a stomach on the humans, on the Brahmgyani. Why is that a mistake? Because now the saint can't just stay in the jungle, they can't just stay there and do bhakti all day. They have to come and eat some food. So God made a mistake because they gave him a pet. So they can't do bhakti all the time. Then he thought about it, did some vichar. He goes, nay. It was good. It was pala that WhyGuru Ji gave them a pet, that they gave him a stomach. Why? Because now the Brahmgyani has to eat. So where they're going to come to eat? They're going to come into the world and come to our homes. They're going to come here into the world and we get to do their sangat and we get to serve them. So they gave them a pet, they gave them a stomach, so they can't stay away from the world. They have to come in the world because although they're not attached to the body, although we shouldn't be attached to the body, we know we need the body to do bhakti. Because if we don't eat, if we become weak, we get ill, then how are we going to do part? Right? And we all think we'll do it later on. Just one thing that I've seen in my own life, Maharaji again, Nove Parchar Ji tells us, Sira Kampayo, Pagadaga Magay, Naina Jotate Heen. When somebody gets old, they can't think straight. Sira Kampayo, Pagadaga Magay, Paga means pair. They can't even walk properly. They have walking sticks. Sotia Fadke, they walk on with sticks when they get old because they can't walk anywhere. Naina Jotate Heen, they can't even see anymore. Theek? They even in my own family, my Nani Ji, very old now, used to do Nitnem every single day, but now she can't even remember because she got to such an age now where they forget. So when we say, oh, when I become 70, 70 saal di umar de vich, 80 saal di umar vich main bhakti karunga, adu bhakti, then all this kind of stuff, we might even remember then, we might forget. When we wake up in the morning, we might wake up at 9, 10 o'clock because we don't remember anything. That's what happens when people get old. I'm not saying that to everyone, but that's what happens. So when the Guru is saying that, do it now, we can't just try and be clever, say hese siyana pa lakh ho hai, taikana challe naal, ja chaturai kene na paya. E man chanchala, chaturai kene na paya. Nobody has met God with cleverness is. We can try and be clever and say, why not? Let me live my life, get my job, get my family, kids, grandkids, all these things. When I'm older, I'll do it. When we're older, we might lose our marbles. Maaf karo ji will happen. It happens a lot now. How the rates of dementia have gone up. Before you didn't hear much, but now like, literally, even in my family, you hear about people can't even think anymore. They can't remember things. How are you going to remember God? If you can't remember the most simple things that we think about every day, how are you going to remember WhyGuru Ji? Okay, so Guru Sahib is saying that now, hona vatte, naamana bijyo, agge pukha kya kha. If you don't plant the name of God's, if you don't plant the bij of Amrit Naam now, then what are you going to eat later on? If you don't plant Sikhi now, we're not going to have nothing later on because you didn't plant nothing in the first place. So it's what you plant now. Bij mantra sarab ko gya. Bij mantra naam. Plant it now, the Guru is saying, because later on we might regret it because we left it too late. And if we don't live Sikhi, then how are our kids going to live Sikhi? So, Guru Kirpa, we can put the part on for Nani Ji. We can put on, whatever channel, you got Sikh channel, Rehra Sahib, Sadhe 5 Baje, Ja 5 Baje, I think it is. Depends on the channel, right? But they're not going to remember. So we got to do it for them because they've given us the mat. They told us to do part. Right? If it wasn't for my Nani Ji, I would never do Mool Mantar. She taught me in Mool Mantar up to Pukya Puknotri when I was like 5, 6 years old. So they planted that seed inside me. Tiga? And in the rest of the family. So if we don't live Sikhi and then we get married to somebody who doesn't believe in spirituality or Sikhi, then we have kids and we don't teach them about Sikhi, then have grandkids, don't teach them about Sikhi, then who's going to save us? We say WhyGuru will save us, but we've not spent no time with WhyGuru Ji. We've not planted our seed in us, we've not planted it in our kids or grandkids, then what's going to happen to us at the end? We're going to regret it. Right? And we're going to go naked. Avehe nange, jahe nange. That's what Guru Angad Dev Ji tells us. Avehe nange, javehe nange, viche kare vithar. We came naked, we go naked, in between was just a big tamasha, it was just a big play. We wasted all this time, the Guru is saying. So Guru Sahib is saying to us, okay, make this Amrit Naam your bhojan, make Gurbani your food. Plant that inside you, then plant it in the people around you. And just it's like an investment. You're investing in somebody else, and that's going to give you rewards in the future as well. Hanji, Sacha Sauda, true profit. Right? The profit of Naam, Hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਕਾ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਧਿਆਨ
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Kathan ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੀਜੀ ਪੌੜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ in this third ਪੌੜੀ of the 8ਵੀਂ ਅਸ਼ਟਪਦੀ ਕਿ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਸਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ. That dhyan is in Brahma Swarup, is in WhyGuru Ji. It's in nothing else. There's no other thought in their mind. Our mind is in everything else but WhyGuru. But their mind is just in WhyGuru. They're completely absorbed in WhyGuru. And that is so beautiful and amazing. That Guru Sahib Ji, may they do kirpa upon us as well and bless us with that dhyan on Brahma Swarup. We always focus on WhyGuru Ji. Guru Sahib Ji kirpa karan. That's how we do ardas. Who else we can ask from? Maharaj Ji, tusi aap kirpa karo. Bless me with that dhyan. Gyan ਅਤੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ on your ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਸਰੂਪ ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਏਕ ਊਪਰ ਆਸ.
So what is our support? Us. Our support are generally the networks around us that we have. We have these people that we rely on and they are support. But they're not going to stay. When they go, then what happens to us? We fall apart as well. Right? Even the Guru Sikhs who come on this earth, of course, they live on forever. But they always tell us to focus on Gurbani and Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But we have this bad habit that we always focus on them. But they're trying to join us to WhyGuru Ji. Because when we look at the Guru Sikh, we generally come attached to the body. Not to their bachan. Bachan as well, but mainly the body. Okay? But if we got attached to the bachan, then it wouldn't matter. Because like you look today, whether that's Bhai Jagraj Singh Ji, or whether it's other Sant Mahapurush that you hear by Nitahas, or you can listen to online, you can listen to them every day. Their bachan is still there. Guru Sahib Ji is not gone anywhere. Their bachan are still here. Guru Shabad. Guru's not gone anywhere. Those Gurmukhs, naam rahe ho, sadhu rahe ho, sadhu. Jinhone apne man nu sadh liya, they've controlled their own mind. They stay forever as well. And if you look at just to make it relatable, Bhai Jagraj Singh Ji, all their bachans are still here on YouTube, right? So technically, where have they gone? They've not gone anywhere. They're still here in the form of Shabad, right? And the Guru Shabad, because their Parchar was on Guru Shabad. Katha, Sat Bani di Katha, a lot of Katha of Bani as well. So the point here that I'm trying to make is that they don't go anywhere. And their support is WhyGuru, is the Shabad. So Maharaj Ji is saying कि ब्रह्म ज्ञानी एक ऊपर आस है, एक हरि परमेश्वर वाहिगुरु जी उते आस रखदा है. They only put their support on WhyGuru Ji, nobody else. That is his support, is only WhyGuru Ji. एक ओट एको आधार. That is the only oat, that is the only support. It is WhyGuru. There is no other support for them. Is केवल हरि परमेश्वर वाहिगुरु जी. हाँ जी.
ब्रह्म ज्ञानी का नहीं विनाश.
So एक ओट ऊपर आकाश. Comment the Pankti, wasn't that? It's the same along those as ek ot. That if you keep your support in WhyGuru Ji, then you take away all your sins. It comes in Sukhmani Sahib as well, but it's gone out of my head. It was in my head when he was reading the Pankti and it disappeared. But Brahmgyani ke upar aas, Brahmgyani ka nahi binaas. They say ke jira Brahmgyani hai, they never are destroyed. Kade nahi naas hunde ne, they never become destroyed. They stay forever. Atal. They're always here. Nahi binaas. Binaas means nash. नाश तो रहता हाँ जी.
ब्रह्म ज्ञानी का गरीबी समाहा. And
they say कि ब्रह्म ज्ञानी क्या है? They. So ब्रह्म ज्ञानी they say within the ब्रह्म ज्ञानी they have this anand of nimrta. Nimrta the anand. That they have complete bliss from the nimrta they have inside them. And nimrta is such a divine quality to have. That somebody has nimrta, then again nothing affects them because they see themselves as the lowest of the low. So if somebody slanders them, praises them, they see no difference because they see themselves as the dust of everybody. So they're always in Anand. So Guru Maharaj is giving us a ishara here. If you want to be in Anand, if you want to be in bliss, then become humble. Take about humility in your life. If you want humility in life, then do Sangat of those that are already humble. By doing their Sangat, then we become humble as well. And then we are in true Anand all the time. Hanji.
Brahma Jnani Paropakar Umaha.
So Brahma Jnani de hirde vich Paropakar da utshah hai. They have this this desire to always do paropakar. They always want to do somebody else's pala, just like Sant Baba Karam Singh Ji, Hoti Mardan Mahapurush. They say that Mahapurush used to be in the army. So they used to be in the army alongside Baba Lal Singh Ji, who is another Mahapurush as well. During those times, it was in the mid 1800s, within Delhi, there was a lot of riots going on. So what happened was that people would set fire to people's homes, right? And people would be burnt alive. So Sant Baba Karam Singh Ji would go and they would rescue people from their homes and take him out and take him to the Guru Kar. So they got shelter. So here by many Mahapurush in Paropakar, but someone like Sant Baba Karam Singh Ji was very hands-on with that Paropakar, i.e. save people's lives. We talk about like Baba Deep Singh Ji, saving many women that are being captured as slaves and releasing them. Even in the 1800s, even in 1900s, of course, and even today you find Gurumukhs who do this seva. And Sant Baba Karam Singh Ji is one of those Gurumukhs who did this seva as well, where they'd go and rescue people from houses that are burning down. And there was this one home where this Mataji was crying outside. The Babaji went to them and she was doing ardas to WhyGuru Ji to save her son. Babaji asked what was wrong. She said that my 5-year-old son is in the building and is burning down. The Babaji said that I'll go inside and I'll save your son. And Baba Lal Singh Ji, the other saint that was with him, said, but Babaji, the podia are going to break. How are you going to climb the podia and go to the top and get the child? And Baba Karam Singh Ji recited a Shabad at that time. They say, ke Gur ka bachana base ji na le, jal nahi doobe, taskar nahi leve, paai na sake jale. Which means that if I have the Guru Shabad, then I cannot drown in water, taskar nahi leve, nobody can steal it from me, paai na sake jale, not even agni, not even fire can burn me as well. So when Baba Karam Singh Ji is going inside that building that is burning down, they're saying, paai na sake jale, not even fire can burn me if I have the Guru Shabad on my tongue inside me. And they recite another Shabad, ke Ape Pavaka, Ape Pavana. Pavak means Aap WhyGuru Ji is the Agni, they are the fire. Ape Pavaka, Ape Pavana. Ape Pavak, Ape Pavan. Pavan means air, they're the fire, they're the air. Then they say ke Jar Khasama, Ta Rakhe Kaun. Not Kaun, but I can't remember the word now. Ta Rakhe. The last word I can't remember now, but it's saying there ke if WhyGuru Ji wants, they could burn anybody. They can burn anything they want. But in this case, Babaji said, if WhyGuru Ji wants me to be burnt, then I'll be burnt. But not even one bit of fire touched them. And then they saved that child that came out as well. And they gave that child back to the Mataji. But they also chucked all of her possessions out the window to her as well. Meaning that Babaji had this lachan of being a Paropakari Jan. Brahmgyani. The one Paropakar or Uttashaha, they always want to do Paropakar. They always want to help other people. And they always have Gurbani inside them. And they're reciting Gurbani. So whenever there's a difficult time, what is the first thing that comes in their mind? Is there Shabad that goes along with this? And there was there, right? Ke, Pai na sake jale. Guru ka bachana base jiye nale. If I have the Guru Shabad with me, then I cannot be stolen from. Nobody can steal this from me. That person is protected at all times. Hanji.
Brahmgyani ka nahi tanda.
The Guru says ke nahi tanda ke jera Maya de Janjal Hansa Singh Ji, the shackles of Maya, they do not attach to that one who's a Brahmgyani. So all the entanglements we get caught up in the world, the Brahmgyani is detached from them. They don't get pulled down by all the shackles of this world. They don't get entangled in the world. They stay away from those things. Although they're part of the world, they do their seva, they don't become entangled in it. And that's what happens to us. And then because those entanglements are so heavy, they pull us down as well. And then we start to suffer. The Guru Sahib is saying that Brahmgyani, they say nahi tanda. They have no entanglements and they have nothing to worry about because they know that whatever's happening is all WhyGuru Ji's gift. That WhyGuru Ji is doing pala for everybody. Eh pe daat, teri daat. Hey Maharaji, aap ji de daat. This is your gift. Whatever's happening is all your kirpa, is all your gift. If we could understand that in our lives, then we stop fighting against life. What happens to us when we can't accept something, we're trying to go against life. Then we feel disturbed and we feel unsettled. But if you can understand that this is all WhyGuru Ji's hukam, then we'll start to go in line with the hukam and we won't feel like we're fighting against the world. We realize that this is all Guru Sahib's pala, that Guru Sahib is all doing this all for a reason. Hanji.
Brahmgyani le tavat banda.
The Guru Sahib is saying ke tavat, jo sada man hai Sahib Singh Ji, Our mind is always moving from place to place. Idhar udhar, all the time is always running around. Tavat means dorda. Dorda firda hai sasang ji banda. And they're saying that by doing Guru Sahib Sangat, by doing Sangat of the Brahmgyani, and the Brahmgyani themselves has achieved this good inside them, this bakshish, that they have controlled their mind. That their mind doesn't wander here and there. So sam dhamma sadhana karke, that they have controlled their mind. So sam means mannu rokana, the dham means indriyanu daman karna. That one who's controlled their mind, mannu rokana, pave jo sade furne hansa singh ji, our thoughts, sankalap ate vikalap. They've controlled their first four and their second four. Every thought that comes in their mind, they've controlled that. And if a bad thought comes in their mind, then they remove that. Fir dam, indriya, nu daman karna, to control the indriya, their senses. Meaning that with their eyes, they don't look at a par istri. They don't look at somebody else's partner. They don't look at any other woman. If they see them as a sister, a daughter, or a mother. Unless it's their own wife. So Guru Sahib is saying that one who has done that, their mind sits still. That is the Brahmgyani, whose mind is completely still and is not affected by the thoughts that run through it. The thoughts are completely still as well. Hanji.
Brahmgyani ka hoye so pala.
They satsang ji, by doing the sangat of Brahmgyani, there's only good that can happen. So pala. Everything is good. Everything that's happening to us is good, and they realize in their lives that whatever's happening is by Guru Sahib's hukam, so it's all for my pala. And everything they do is so sarbat da pala, for everybody's good. Hanji.
Brahmgyani sufala phala.
So phala, shreshth phala, pave sarvan manan nidyasan, to listen, to accept, to follow the Guru's teachings. The Brahmgyani has gained all these different fruits. They've gained all these blessings from WhyGuruji and Suphal, then they blossom truly. They are blossoming because they have these good, they've listened to the Guru's bhajans, they've accepted it, and they've practiced it every single day. No matter if it was difficult, no matter how hard it got, they practiced the Guru's bhajan every single day because they had so much faith, so much vishwas in the Guru Shabad. Such a big quality to have faith, especially in difficult times. But the Brahmgyani has that, and the Brahmgyani has blossomed, just like the cover fall blossoms in the sun. The Brahmgyani has blossomed as well, Hanji.
Brahmgyani sang sagal udar.
The Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is saying to us that Brahmgyani di sangat karke sagal udar. They say that even we are saved as well. We are able to cross over. Pav sagar to jeev tar janda hai. Sadhuwa di sangat karke, Brahmgyani di sangat karke, Hanji.
Nanak Brahmgyani japa sagal sansar.
Isi tarah Guru Sahib says us ke Brahmgyani, that one who is realized WhyGuruji, Hanji dwara paro ji.
Nanak Brahmgyani japa sagal sansar.
Sache Paatshah ji kathan karde han ke Brahmgyani di sangat karke, ja Brahmgyani di kirpa de naal jape sagal sansar, the whole world recites God's name just through the Brahmgyani's kirpa, by doing sangat of the Brahmgyani. And again, there's no greater Brahmgyani than WhyGuruji, than Guru Sahib Ji, who came on this earth, and they came aap japaho, avrahe naam japavaho. They themselves recited the name of WhyGuru and they inspired so many other people. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji said that these Brahmgyanis always come on this earth to restore the balance between the world, that there's not enough people japping naam, there's not enough naam in the world, so the Brahmgyanis come and jape sagal sansar. And through their blessings, the whole world starts to recite WhyGuru again. Again, just like Sant Baba Attar Singh Ji Mastwale Mahapurush, through their blessings, again through Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, millions of people were blessed with Amrit. That millions of people come to the Amrit Sanchars and be blessed with Amrit because of such great saints, and their kirpa was from WhyGuruji. Through them, that kirpa fell upon all the Sangat, and even today, when people read the Jeevani of Mahapurush, or Sant Baba Ishar Singh Ji Rara Sahib Wale Mahapurush, who is blessed by Sant Baba Attar Singh Ji as well, even Sant Baba Ishar Singh Ji, thousands upon thousands of Guru Sikhs came into the charan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji through the Parchar of Sant Baba Ishar Singh Ji. So again, Guru Sahib Ji Khili Pankti was just telling us, again through these great saints, jab jab hot arist apara, tab tab dehe tart avatara. Jive Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji says in their own Bani, whenever there is a lot of sin in this world, jab jab hot arist apara, pain, obstacles, tab tab dehe tart avatara. WhyGuru Ji themselves takes upon the form of a human body, and they come and solve all the affairs themselves. Whether that's as the Guru, Whereas as the Brahmgyani, WhyGuru comes, Santa ke kar jaap khloya, hum karma karavan aaya. Ram, they come themselves to resolve all the affairs. So in your beinti parvan karniya, please forgive all the mistakes made in the Katha. Many mistakes today, forgetting Panktiya, and just with the art, it's a bit all over the place. So again, ask your maafi. The Guru Sahib Ji Agar Samat Bakshin, that Das can do the seva with more focus and not make as many mistakes. So Guru Sahib Ji Kirpa Karan, Deho Sajjan Assis Riya, Jo Hove Sahib Syo Mel.
ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਸੰਗ ਸਗਲ ਉਧਾਰ
ਨਾਨਕ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਜਪੈ ਸਗਲ ਸੰਸਾਰ हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयाल लाल प्राणनाथ अनाथ सके दीन दर्द निवार हे समरथ अगम पूर्ण मोहि मया तार अंधकूप महापयान नानक पार उतार आए प्रभ शरणागति कृपा निध दयाल एक अखर हर मन बस्त नानक होत निहाल वाहिगुरु नाम जहाज है चढ़े सोतरे पार जो सरदा कर सेव दे गुर पार उतार नहार जो सरदा कर सेव दे गुर पार उतार नहार वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. WhyGuru Ji ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji ki Fateh.